Hello, 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 hello. Can everybody hear me? Oh, she's speaking Spanish. Okay, my friend. Hold on a second. Sorry, I had to clear my throat, guys. Welcome today, Friday. Another beautiful day. I can't complain, that's for sure. Things have been going better than I deserve. That's for sure. Listen off this horrible PS movie. Which I think, honestly, as bad as this music is, I don't know. I know people will disagree, but I think it adds to the production value of the show, which is sad, right? But it is what it is. I saw your comment yesterday, Sheila, about Robin. I haven't talked to Robin in like a year, but she did text a few months ago, and I did say hi. We didn't get a chance to touch base though. She wanted to talk, and we just never touched base. But I put you in a chat group with me, like in a three-way chat group with her. So just poke your head in there and say hi. Hey Jake, hey Michael, hey Faith, how you guys doing? Yes, yes, yes. Another beautiful day, man. Well, there's a lot of stuff that I want to touch on, right? Because a lot of things have been hitting my spirit, right? Like to talk about. And I always end up if I have a guest, usually somebody that like opposes what I'm saying a little bit, not in a bad way, not in a egregious type of way, but in enough of a way where I can't really push my position, you know. And some of those things I'd like to round out, because it's hard to leave a point open, right? Like you open up a subject and then you have to close it quickly because of sometimes emotions, sometimes different beliefs, sometimes because sometimes people will get upset like for slight disagreements, and even when they don't matter. And so I'm not saying that that's why I don't push certain things, but there's like a way to feel how everyone else is feeling, and there's certain times where you just don't. It's not important to rock the boat, And so, but I'd like to round out some things, And a couple of times I faced some. I won't say what I think is wrong. I'll just say like what I believe about things, right? And if there is some opposition to that, right, then of course I'm open to learning where I'm going wrong, right? Because I'm a baby in all this, right? I just started reading the Bible 5 years ago. I'm not no expert, but I mean, I read it a lot and I understand like more than I thought I would, right? But in no way am I a teacher or anything like that, right? So I'm always open to like even when I'm 99% sure about what I believe in, right? I'm open to the fact that I still could be wrong, right? And so, hey Hannah, how you doing? It's great to see you. Um, yeah, I just so I believe this, right? I believe that that God created the world in 7 days. We live on a flat Earth, right? And I don't even debate that. That's just matter of fact. And so I'm not saying anybody else has to believe that, but I've studied it a long time, and I have no doubts about that, right? I believe that after the world was created, that it was good, that it was good, and for us, and it was going to be a beautiful place for us to help God, rule and reign for however long, for eternity. And then when Adam sinned, right, then that's when we fell. And once sin entered the world, then now it's a fallen place. Right from the very beginning, it was a fallen place. And when sin enters the world, right, this is where we're at, right? So a couple of other things, right, like that, little things that I don't know if it matters or not, but cause contention sometimes is, I think that God was fair to everybody before the flood, gave everybody a chance to repent. That's one thing of contention that sometimes people talk about. Also, I think that I believe that at the Tower of Babel, when basically everybody was like of one mind against God, really, um, I believe that when the languages were split up, I believe that's when all the races were created. Same. I know there's a lot of belief about the Ham and Shep. I can't remember the the three of Noah's kids, right? I can't remember now. I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, there's a lot of belief that it's three of Noah's kids, right? Created all the races or whatever. I think it was just split up at the Tower of Babel. Whatever language you got a different race, and we're scattered all over the world. And so that's where I think that happened. A lot of people have contention with that, right? I believe that Abraham was the father of the chosen people, and basically I think they were chosen to serve the world and bring God to the world, right? And I believe they made mistakes just like us, bumbling around, made mistakes and went wrong every direction, and eventually rejected God, and um, Jesus died for everybody, and sent the apostles out to serve the world and spread the gospel message, right, for everybody. And I believe that we're saved by faith, but if you have the Holy Spirit in you, you're going to be moved to do way more than that. So I think a lot of things go together, but I think you can be secure with your salvation at belief, right? Only because it says that. But it's gonna be far more than that. Like, I hate to even talk about it like that, because once you have the Holy Spirit, you're gonna like change your whole mind about sin, about life, about what this world is. There's nothing about this world I want anymore. Not because it's not beautiful, not because it's not, but God says that this is not for us, right? We're not supposed to even want it, and that means that there's a better place for us. So imagine a better place. If you still want to hang on to this place, then you got to get your heart right. You got to get your heart right. If you still want to hang on to this place, there's a problem with you. And I hate to say it like that, right? Because I love everybody, right? And I love the people that love this place, right? But this is not for us. And it's over soon. I mean, it really, truly is over soon, because there's no way to live without sinning anymore. Like I'm a salesperson, right? That's what I'm good at, right? I'm good at sales, right? I don't want to manipulate people. Like, I don't want to do that. I can't live with myself anymore, right? You can't. It's almost like you can't do anything without sinning. You always have to be taking advantage of somebody, or it's just horrific, man. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that everything is simple, right? Do we die? No, we are born again, right? We're born of the water, we die, we're born of the spirit. Simple, right? I try not to read too much into all that, right? We can't go to the kingdom in our flesh. We have to go in a spirit, and that's fine, right? That's awesome, right? Like there's like so many things that we look at, like, and we try to add all this complicated stuff to it. And so like there's no reason to do that. And I also think this, right? And I know I'm gonna get probably beat up for this, right? But there are some okay, so if you have the Holy Spirit, right, you're gonna talk about Jesus a lot. You're gonna want to exalt Jesus, right? I mean, you're gonna want to like praise him and say his name all the time and love him, right? If if you have the Spirit and you're obsessed with the Spirit itself, right? That seems to me like it's something else. Like it's not. And I you know, I don't know that, right? I'd like to get some feedback on that, but I've seen it a lot where there are people that are focused only, like obsessed with just the Spirit alone and the power that it has or whatever. And I believe my spirit, and when I know people that I'm like, oh, I'm sure that person has the Spirit, I can just feel it on them. They just love to talk about Jesus all the time. And I think that's what's missing from a lot of us, right? Is we really need to speak about Jesus in a very, very um, pleasant way, high praise, you know, we need to speak highly of God. I think that's when I pray about my mission here, that's one of the top things is to speak highly of God and to provide a place where we can um, talk about God and have people want to be a part of it, and then to be there for, like, you know, plant seeds for the last remaining sheep. And so, yeah, there's going to be some people that are going to be very worldly, maybe even occultic, to coming here. Maybe even they think they're mocking me or slowing me down, but they are the sheep that we are trying to help. Like, I mean, I know like psychology and the world will tell you, hey, don't put up with this kind of thing, cut it off from your life to be happy. But it's them that we're trying to help. It's the people that are hard to love, right? That are going to come here, and we got to love them. And it's contrary to everything that we're taught in the world, right? Like, we're going to have to love some very difficult people. Not for a long time, right? Not for a long time, but it's really going to have to be a lot of love for people that are not going to be nice to us. And I don't know if like you guys are up for that, right? I mean, I hope so. I hope as many of you as possible are up for that, because it's not going to be just me, right? Like, there's a reason you guys are here. And God is very purposeful in what he does. And I know that each of you, there's a reason why you guys are all here. And you guys all do something that the rest of you don't do, right? And so we're a body. And I think that everything has kind of shaken itself out, and this is who it's going to be. And I need you guys to help me. I mean, I can't do it I can't go meet new people on my own like all the time. I need help with inviting people back here, and um, trying to even get like lost people, even like, let's say there's a subject that people want to talk about, like if it's flat Earth, or if it's, you know, the stuff in Hollywood or whatever. If those topics are what people want to talk about, right? And then we can throw the gospel message on that, and that's fine. Like, it's really a matter of getting people just barely over the line. I mean, I'd like to have a group where we're just edifying each other, right? Like bringing up scriptures and getting stronger spiritually, right? Ourselves. But but the reality is that we're running out of time, and we're going to have to get people over the hump, and we got to plant seeds so that God can provide this increase. And so, I almost don't know what to, I almost need help in how to do it, Yeah, that's what I think, Jake, right? Like, I really believe that we're here, together on this, right? Only because of like, every time that I needed a certain type of person to be here, that exact person, like with the exact gifts and traits that I needed, right, came, right? Even if it was just to stay in the chat and change the chemistry of the mood, very, very weird, Hey, Sasquatch, what's going on, buddy? I tried to say hi over at your channel, but I couldn't. My comments weren't in there. They didn't show up. But it's all good. I hope you're doing good today. And so, like, yeah, it's like, I think that we're running out of time, and it's time to get people over the hump, And so, it is what it is. Hey, Faith, if you want to come up for a second, that's cool. We'll chat for like a half hour or whatever. I'm cool with that. I just wanted to rant a little bit, only because like a couple things were on my mind, like sometimes it's hard to say what I believe, because I'm just so concerned with like where's the narrow road, what really matters, what can I kind of let go, because we're not all at the same spot, And I just tried to, oh, thanks, Sasquatch. Yeah, I just tried to get myself straightened out. I mean, but this type of work can make you crazy, I mean, I'm being honest with you guys, man. This type of stuff can make you crazy. I mean, it's like every single day, like it's not the actual, like the day is hard. It's the amount of days in a row that makes it, you get burnt out, and it can make you crazy, especially, I haven't gone to bed in a year. I just sort of keep working until I fall asleep. And now I'm just starting to eat better, like, and all that stuff. So like I am taking care of myself now, but it can make you crazy, man. That's all I can say to you, man. It's a lot of prayer, man, and a lot of having guests on that are like semi-sane, right? That could help me stay sane, Hello, Faith. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hello, hello, hello.
It's,
how are you?
This is what's crazy, right? I don't even know if I should mention it here, man.
What's up?
But it is something that happened, right? And so okay, somebody messaged me yesterday. It's from like a Milwaukee number, right? Because I plugged in the number. Yeah, so I plugged in the number on my Google, right?
There's a
And
414,
then
right?
yeah, 414. That's right. That's right. And so someone sent like a picture of their face, right? And she kind of looked like you, but not really. You're different people. But I was like, oh, at first I didn't know because I just glanced at it, right?
I do have a 414 number as well.
Oh my God. Okay, so you don't want to know what's coming up next then.
Oh no.
So then she sent like a very disrespectful picture and said, oops, I meant to send this to my buddy, but
No.
right, it was like but it was a very regular looking woman. It wasn't any, I thought it looked like a real person, right? And so I'm like, okay. I said, God loves you, and just you don't have to do all this or whatever, and have a nice day. And then it kept going, like almost like a robot or something, like it was some kind of app. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
And and I just kept, and the pictures kept getting worse. And I was like, God has special plans for you, like this, like you don't have to do these types of things, And then I just kind of knew that this was not going to stop, right? And then I
Right.
just said, "Don't be nasty. Stop texting me." Then it stopped. So I don't know if
It's
it was automatic or.
yeah, it's a prawn bot. I got one of those too, and it was a girl, and it was pretty much the same sequence. Like, oops, sorry about that. I meant to send that to. No, wait, this is how it started. This I remember now. Because this was like a month ago. This is how it started, and I told my girls in Discord. I was like, I showed them
Yeah,
everything, and they were laughing so hard.
it's
It
crazy,
started.
man.
It started by, "Hey, Daddy, I enjoyed our time last night." I was like, "What? What?" And I was like, "Honey, you have the wrong number." And then she was like, "But did you like the picture?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" And so I
Oh
showed the girls
no,
in Discord, and they were like, "Yeah, that's a prawn pot."
no. This was
It
more of
just kept
a.
going.
This was more of a. Oh, I sent this picture on accident, but like with a question mark.
Yeah, because then
Like,
even after I was like, "You have the wrong number," this
unless.
bot clearly didn't know that I was female and was like, "Did you like the picture? Do you want to meet up tonight?" I was like, "What's
Oh
happening?"
yeah,
I've never had this
yeah.
happen before.
It's not good, man. This world is messed up,
No,
man.
I know it was horrible, but I saved it all to show Rick because I knew he'd laugh so hard.
Well, listen to this, right? Like they have um AI, right? That they can create pictures of people that aren't people that actually exist. It's just like
Yeah,
what they see, like they have like images of like millions of people, right? That are real people like you and me, right? Where like my face is real, your face is real. Well, like they take features off of whatever and they make people that never existed before, just a an art kind of an artist rendition of a person, but it looks like a real person.
it's crazy.
And people cannot distinguish between the real people and the not real people. And the sad part is, right, as far as like they did this test, like which face do you trust more, like for to like sell you something or to give you advice or whatever, like
Yeah.
just by how they look, who do you trust more? And it was the created ones that were more trusted than
Well,
the.
you know how they get those? They get those from those stupid Facebook things where you go on there and you do a quiz.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, you go on there and you do a quiz, and that's how they get like the algorithm. And then if you do one with your face, like if you do the like change my face into an old lady, that they get that from that, and they take your image and they use it, and then they Photoshop it or whatever they do to it to change it up a
Yeah.
little bit to make you a different person. I mean, it's so stupid and weird and gross.
Yeah. I learned right from the very beginning with Facebook and MySpace. I guess MySpace came first. I learned very quick that if you post pictures on the internet, they don't belong to you anymore. They're public
Nope.
domain, right?
Yep.
And so like I had an ex-girlfriend that like opened up like I don't know, like 10 or 11 Facebook accounts with my picture on it, my name, everything. And
Oh
she was
no.
allowed to, yeah, I know. And she was allowed to do it. It's her right to do that. And I'm like, man, that's crazy, man. Because then, like, if people are trying to look me up, like from high school or whatever, they want to hang out or give me a message, they're gonna find these other accounts with maybe crazy stuff on there.
Yeah, with crazy stuff. I was just thinking that. Yeah. Oh, that's
Well, I
so
mean,
mean.
I'm glad that she didn't put nothing real crazy on there, but I have
Oh,
like,
good.
all these unflattering pictures,
Yeah.
like as like well, it's all the same picture and it's like 10 or 11 accounts or something like that.
That's crazy. And I think
Mhm.
that's so mean to do to someone.
I know
Even
people are
even if,
messed up.
even if she wasn't doing like crazy stuff, it's still like that's my
Hmm.
face. How dare you?
I know, man. I know, man.
What's
I've
up,
had some.
Uncle? Uncool
Yeah,
Paranoia in the house.
Uncool is here.
Great
And so I
show
just
last night,
like
Uncool. I
well,
laughed so hard.
oh yeah, I missed it.
I laughed
Oh,
so hard.
when's the next one? When's the next show? I gotta figure out when
Well,
my
I
schedule
don't think
is.
she really has a schedule because she's working now, and so it's hard.
Oh
It's
yeah,
and she's still she's got her daughter and stuff, so it's hard for
we
her to like
got
schedule.
we gotta like put some. We gotta get a schedule and like have everyone have everyone do a like I don't know. Everyone have their own little slot so that
Yeah,
I could like.
I should have texted you. I'm sorry.
It's all right, probably asleep because like I was really sleeping good the last couple days and
That's good.
like
You
for
need
the past 3 days. I know, man. But actually, really for the past week. But I had one day in the middle where I got a lot done. But I'm like, man, I'm really sleeping a lot and eating better and like, shoot, I could probably go run a lap right now. You know, I
good.
feel
That's
pretty
good.
good. Yeah, I feel pretty good. But I'm excited about like because I'm watching a lot of end times prophecy stuff, and it's like there's a lot of stuff about end times and the rapture coming soon, and I get really excited about that. I want it to be soon, you know.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet God and because like when you're in God's glory, like you got to be glorified too. Like in order to even exist near Him, we got to be glorified and incorruptible. And so that's got to feel so good, you know. I bet it feels really good.
I bet.
And that's what I want. That's what I want.
I would like to, if I can, if it's okay with you, put in a
Hmm.
prayer request.
Yeah.
Um, my sister Becky texted me yesterday, letting me know what's going on with Rachel and her husband. And as you guys know, he has throat cancer. Well, it got into his lungs, and now they're saying that there's no further treatment they can do for him, so he's in hospice. And if it gets worse, they said they're going to give him medication to put him to sleep permanently. So she's really struggling with that. So if you guys could pray for them, that would be awesome.
It sounds very it's very heavy.
It is. It is, but I'm just trying to comfort her, letting her know, he'll, he's one day closer to meeting the Father. That's really the only thing I can say to give her hope that he's soon he'll be out of this crappy world and he'll be with the Father.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Sorry to put such a deep.
No, no. So if we got some prayer warriors in the chat, I know Deb likes to do that kind of thing. If you ask her, she really likes to do
Yeah.
prayers for specific people. And every time she's prayed for me, it's come through. You know, it's weird. I don't want to use her like a genie, rub the lamp or whatever. Yeah, like you kind of like I don't know, and it's always hard for me to ask people to pray for me. Like I always feel weird about that. I always want because there's so many people suffering in the world,
Yeah.
And I remember last year, right? Because like when I was having the stomach stuff last year, I really thought I was gonna die because I was only eating one meal every 4 days, and I couldn't even walk after I ate. I couldn't walk to even from my couch to the door.
Wow.
And so like I thought I was gonna die, babe, but I don't know. I just thought I was gonna die, and then so I went to the hospital, and they were good. They were doing bone scans. They were like doing all kinds of stuff, like trying to find something terminal or something, right? And and someone asked me, they're like, well, how do you feel about all this, And I was like, oh, it's better me than some 8-year-old kid, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the way I thought about it, right? Like I'm like, why not me? I can't wait to meet God, to be honest.
I mean,
And
in a
yeah,
in a way, I just keep telling her, it's it's a good thing that he's not on therapy anymore because that's just killing him quicker.
Yeah.
I don't want him to die, but also I see it as he's going to be out of this world with the Father because he's a believer. And just a few short years ago, he didn't even believe in God. He was a complete atheist.
Oh, it's amazing.
So
I
now
just
he's a
want him.
believer. He's
I,
saved. He's spirit filled, and he's gonna go be with the Father. That's a great thing. And I just keep trying to reiterate that to her. Like, I mean, I know it's hard losing your loved one, of course.
sometimes I wish I could trade with somebody like that, right? To like for everyone to be happy if that's what they want, you know. Like, but in a sense, and I hate to say it like this, but I'm jealous. Like, I want to go.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it's not comfortable. I know that he's sick, right? So
Yeah.
there is a level of suffering there, right? And of course, I don't want anyone to suffer, but man, I can't like I don't want to sound like I'm suicidal or depressed, right? But I
Right.
really am very ready to leave. Like it's
Right.
almost
And just seeing him, it's like he's done fighting. He's sick of this. He wants out. You can see it in his face. He's just done fighting. He doesn't
yeah,
want to be on this planet anymore. He wants out. And it's like I feel bad for Rachel, but also it's like he's
just be there for her, you know.
yeah.
Just be
Love you
there for
too,
her.
Uncle.
And I think that there's like a point, like sometimes where you know that if you're sick enough, right, that you're like, man, like, can I even recover? Like, will I even get all the way back to normal again?
Right.
Like,
And by now he knows that the therapy that he was doing wasn't helping him. It was making him worse. And so he's like, I don't want that shit anymore. Sorry for swearing, but that's what he said. I don't want that anymore. Because he finally realized, and I kept telling him, but it's okay. He finally realized, it was just making him worse. I love you too,
yeah,
Queen. So,
yeah,
he's at the point where he's ready. He's
yeah, I
ready.
can imagine. I can
Rachel's not there.
imagine.
Rachel's not there yet, though, which is totally understandable because that's the love of her life.
Yeah, it's hard to lose. It's hard to lose your loved ones. You know, it's hard to be the one that is left. You know,
Right. Yeah.
I think you know because I don't talk about it a lot, but I was in a relationship where my girlfriend died, right, and we were gonna
Oh,
get married. Like she died in February. We were gonna get married in June, and
whoa.
but yeah, no, we were together 3.5 years, and like I know that like she had a lot of stuff going on, right? A lot of mental health stuff that now I don't know how to classify it now that I believe in,
Hmm.
you know, I don't know if it's demons or whatever. I don't know what causes mental health anymore, but she had a lot of mental health stuff, and she had some other problems, and she had a huge addiction issue, right? And so like
Mhm.
you know, when she died, I know now, right, that because she got saved, like I just got saved at that point, like, or just started believing, right? And so it was like weeks before she died, she was saved. Like
Oh,
that,
wow.
yeah, I know. And every time I pray about it, I get the sense that it's okay. She's okay. Like
Yeah.
I get this inner knowing, right, that it was just barely enough, you know? And so I can't wait to see her again, you know? I really can't. And that's like I did try to date 5 years after after she died, but I couldn't. Was never really the same, and so I stopped dating 5 years ago. But like, really, it's been 10 years, right? Like yeah, I was in my 30s when she died, right? My mid 30s, and so like it just feels like I'm still with her, you know, because we never broke up, you know. It's
Right.
an odd feeling. And you know, like when you're like watching like YouTube and you see like a cool video and you're like, you know, you tell your husband, hey, Rick, come here, look at this, you know, like because it's funny, you know, or something.
Mhm.
I still do that. I still, when I see a cool video, I still like think of her, like that I want her to come see it. And it's
Aw,
been 10 years. And yeah, I know it's crazy, huh? It's been
that's
10 years since
cute.
she, yeah. I mean, It's been 10 years since she's been gone, and we were only together 3.5 years, so it's weird.
I mean,
But
sad story, but
yeah,
cute. You want to call out her name, be like, look at this.
yeah, because it feels like sometimes it feels like she's still right there, you know. Because we used to
You
sit.
think that's like a spiritual tie that's still there?
Yeah, it's just weird. It was like we kind of found each other. We both kind of had some baggage at the same time, and I was just getting my life better, and she was still dealing with some stuff, but she could maintain a little better than me, and so like she helped me kind of get my life straight, really, and we just fit together, right? Like it was weird. Like I just did the things that she didn't like to do, and she did the things that I didn't like to do, and we just sort of like we're codependent, but in a lucky way, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And so like this is when like entertainment, like computers and stuff just started getting really good, right? Like YouTube and all this other stuff, right? And so we used to sit in the office back to back, you know, like with our computers, you know, and she had 3 kids, and you know we did stuff with the kids and all that stuff, right? And we had fun, right? But
Yeah.
we were just two loud Italian people, you know. But we didn't argue. We were just loud, you know, just very loud people. But
Yeah, Rick
this,
and I are loud at times too. It's like we're not arguing, we're just loud.
yeah, she was an angel. And
Um,
so yeah, it was we found each other
well,
exactly at the right time, and like I really like we were supposed to get married the year before, but like we didn't have a lot of money. Things were kind of not going good, but then we started to do a lot better financially, and then it was like, oh, okay, well, it's time, you know. And
yeah.
then she didn't make it. She died. She died of an overdose.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
Sorry
but I
about.
think, I'm pretty sure she's in heaven, you know. And so I just can't wait to see her again, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be a good day.
yeah. I don't usually talk about that stuff because I got trolled about it after I told my friend. I told my friend, and then I got trolled about it, you know. And it's kind of
You are
like
so
sucks to have it.
mean.
Yeah, because I mean, they don't know anything about like your relationship, what you deal with, and what other people deal with, and how things how things really work, and how you know real life is a lot harder than people think. You know?
Yeah, it
You're starting to
is.
robot a little bit.
I am. Oh no, I thought you were.
Yeah, let me drop out and come back. Okay.
All right. Yeah, Shannon. Alcohol and drugs lead to being easier accessed by demons.
Pressed or anything like that, but you know,
What was that, Stephen?
I said sorry to make everyone depressed or whatever. It's just this is some of the things that I'm like looking forward to when like God comes back, right? And ends all the pain, right? Because I really deeply believe that everybody um, gets a real fair decision of like, do you want to go and have Jesus be, you know, the Lord, and um, turn your beliefs against the world, right? And go to this other place, right? And I believe everybody at some point in their life has been able to choose whether they want that or not, you know. And I believe that
And
all the people
I
that
think he
want
gives.
that are going to be there, you know.
Yeah, I think he gives us many chances too, many opportunities, not just one. Oh, it's one and you're done. You know, there's
No,
many.
no, no. That what I meant was is like,
No, I know you didn't mean that.
yeah, that like it's not like you're going to get tricked or fooled, you know,
Hey,
into
stop that.
yeah.
That's
Because I
fun.
used to think that the world, right, because everything is such a lie that like, let's say you did believe in evolution and the ball Earth and all this stuff, right? And if
Mm.
you were to make a decision about God, right, it would be a lot tougher, right? If you bought into all that stuff. But I think there are other ways that God can show how real he is, other than just uncovering lies or uncovering deceptions, right? There's other ways that he could be real in your life.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, indeed. Hey, Rowan. God bless you too. Thank you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so like I look forward to that. I think everybody that's that wants to be there will be there. And I think that whatever remnant that is, right? I think that so just take like how you feel inside, like what kind of person you are. Like if somebody's hurt or sick, like you have this urge to help people, right? Or you don't want to see anyone uncomfortable, or you want to clear up like miscommunications, things like this, right?
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of people like that, and it'll be like the majority of the people will be like that. And it makes me think, right? Like, because I know that when I was a kid, right, all I really wanted was for people to be nice to me, you know? And, and like, I lost that for a while. I became like a character everywhere I went, right? Character at work, a different character with my family, a different character with my friends, right? But never authentic. But it's still me, but just not real. And then when I found God again, it was like that kid came back, right? Like I just want people to be nice, and I want to be nice to them.
Yeah. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. That's good. And we're supposed to be like that,
Yeah,
you know?
I think I think that
Not
people
not
deep down.
immature or anything, but childlike, not, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but I think you guys know what I mean. Come to him as children, like,
Yes, I'm sorry.
it's all good.
I missed what you said.
I was just saying that I think that not I think, but the scripture does tell us that we're supposed to be like little children.
Yeah, faith like little children.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say, which I botched.
No, you didn't botch that. No, no, because I think the sentiment is there. I think that we are little kids, right? I mean, that's what we are, right? Like even if you're like, 70, 80 years old, right? I mean, compared to eternity, what are we? Like we're babies, man. we
Yeah,
were we were just made. Like
right. Yeah.
you know, there's nothing that we really know. Like it's funny how like I try to look at like sometimes I try to imagine from God's point of view, right? Like here we are, we think we're so smart, and we
How
think we're all into philosophy and, and crazy stuff, right? Trying to figure out the world, right? And we probably just look so goofy.
Right, like my little son will come up to me and he'll be like, "Hey, mom, did you know this?" And he'll tell me something. I'm like, "Yes, I knew that." And then he'll be like, "I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't." And I look at him like, "Oh, son."
Right. I
Like
know it.
not like I'm condescending him, but it's just like how little
Yeah.
you child.
Yeah.
That's probably how the father sees us. Like, "Oh, child, how much I could teach you."
I know it. And imagine like when like I was deceived as a kid, right? Telling my dad about dinosaurs. Yeah, and there's brontosauruses and like I knew all the names of them and everything, right? And like it's all BS, man. There's no
Right.
big lizards everywhere. That's so
There are
dumb.
dragons though.
But I still sometimes picture like human beings being like cavemen, like dragging clubs. Like like there was never no caveman. Every man and woman alive has been sophisticated and smart, right? Like it's almost as insulting to. We're probably worse than they were. Like they were probably smart and we're probably devolving.
I feel like it's insulting. Absolutely. And when
Yeah.
people say, we're all animals, I feel like that's so insulting. Don't call me an animal. I'm not an animal. I was made in the image of God.
Amen. Amen to that. Well,
It's so
just the idea
insulting.
that we can think like thoughts like into the future and we can delay gratification. Animals can't do that.
Right,
They
exactly.
don't plan for like next
And,
week,
you
you
know,
know?
yeah, animals are beautiful creatures. They're made by God, of course. Awesome. Treat animals great. Don't abuse them. But
Yeah.
they don't have a personal relation. They are incapable of having a personal relationship with the Father, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm not saying they're not going to be in heaven or anything like that. I'm not saying that.
We should all
They don't
hug our
have
animals. Yeah.
they weren't breathe they God didn't breathe into into them a soul.
Yeah. You know
That's
what
how
that's
we're
called? You know what?
special. That's how special we are, and that's what the world is trying to teach everyone, that we're nothing, we're just like animals. It's like, no, God breathed
I
a soul into me.
I just learned what that word is. Ruach. Ruach is the breath, the spirit breath that we got from God.
Oh, interesting. I wonder how you spell that.
I mean, I don't know either. I just saw it like, and it wasn't even like I was watching the. I wasn't even really watching the program, but it was a Tim Mackey thing. You know, he does the Bible Project,
Okay, yeah.
and he was saying it. He's good at knowing all the. See, I don't trust any teachers anymore, but like there are some smart ones that I'll go and watch just to get like a deeper understanding of some things. And he's
Sure.
one of those smart guys, you know,
Interesting.
one of those super smart guys. Do you know who I'm
You said
talking about?
you said Ruhak?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ruach. That's what he said. I don't know. Could be wrong. I mean, who
Gotta put that
knows, right?
there.
I, I'm very careful with saying what I like, saying that I know anything anymore because
Just like
who
with
knows?
Spanish, you gotta roll your R.
Yeah, I gotta check to see if he's right. You know, I don't know, but yeah, I guess you know. But anyway,
Well,
guess what time
Michael,
it
Michael's
is?
making a turkey and probably gonna burn down the house, I think.
No, he's gonna make that turkey recipe.
Yeah, I
That
was reading a few of the comments.
yeah. Guess what time it is?
The old dusty trail.
We had a fun show. I think it was very light today. I think
Yeah, it was fun.
it's time to hit the old dusty trail.
I always feel better after talking to you, so thank you. And I think I'm gonna get to talk to Tom a little bit later.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I
So
talked to Tom earlier, and you know what? Tom's in a pretty good mood, man. I like talking to
good,
Tom. Yeah,
good, awesome.
I, that's a good dude, man. All right,
Yeah,
guys. So, thank you for coming on, Faith. I really appreciate it.
yeah. Thank you for having me.
And I want to say, praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace, and all glory to God because he deserves it. Please pray for each other. Please pray for the children, any victim out there. And oh, there's the spelling, Faith, right there for.
Oh,
And
thanks, Sheila.
so I just want to uh, say that thanks everybody. Man, we had 16, it's 17 or whatever in here earlier, and
Awesome.
yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And so that makes me feel happy. And I know that like we're getting a lot tighter, and everyone's getting like. I mean, I'm impressed with everybody. Like it's really starting. Like all the work has paid off. I think. Like now, I'm like, oh, it's like this is what I thought it would be. And so
Yeah.
I'm just happy with you guys. Thank you for making it possible.
Yeah, you guys all rock. Love you all.
And I'll see you guys tonight at 5 p.m.